All right, so you're thinking about maybe picking up and moving your research career all the way over to Perth, Australia.
Wow, yeah, that's a big move.
It is a big move, and we got your notes here. And it seems like you really want to get a handle on the quality of the universities out there.
Of course, makes sense.
You're already a pretty seasoned researcher yourself, so
Mm,
we're not going to bore you with all the,
right.
the basics.
Yeah,
Think of this as a starting point for your own deep dive into Perth's academic scene.
I love that.
What do you think? What's interesting about Perth?
Well, what's fascinating to me about Perth is that it really challenges this idea that geographic isolation, being so far away from everything,
Right.
limits academic excellence.
Yeah, it
Like,
can.
look at the University of Western Australia,
Uh-huh.
UWA,
Yeah.
as it's commonly called.
Hmm.
It's a member of the Group of Eight, which is kind of Australia's equivalent of the Ivy League here in the States.
Oh, wow.
So they're pulling in tons of research funding, attracting top global talent.
Hold on. For those of us that aren't, totally steeped in the Australian system,
Sure.
what is the Group of Eight? What makes it so special?
Yeah, so it's definitely more than just, prestige and a name.
Right.
Being part of the Group of Eight means that UWA has this incredible access to substantial government funding and resources,
I see.
which really allows them to support these cutting-edge research projects.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and it also, boosts their international standing,
Yeah.
which makes it even easier to attract these top-notch researchers and really collaborate on a global scale.
Yeah.
So, for academics that are looking to make a real impact, it just translates into greater opportunities all around.
Okay, so it sounds like UWA is a major player in Perth.
Absolutely.
What other universities should our listeners really have on their radar?
So another one to really watch is Curtin University.
Okay.
They've kind of carved out this really cool niche in technology and engineering, which is driven in part by, Western Australia's booming mining and energy sectors.
I see.
So think CSIRO,
Oh, yeah.
all those industry partnerships.
Yeah.
They're doing some seriously innovative work in areas like renewable energy resource extraction.
Wow.
Really cutting edge stuff.
Very cool.
Then you have Edith Cowan University,
Okay.
ECU,
Mm-hmm.
with a much more vocational focus.
Okay.
They really emphasize practical skills and close industry ties.
Gotcha.
So depending on the listener's field, that could be really appealing.
You mentioned Curtin's work with CSIRO,
Yeah,
and that's Australia's leading scientific research agency, right?
that's right. Yeah.
Are there any other research partnerships or collaborative initiatives that stand out to you in Perth?
Oh, for sure.
I'm thinking about the kind of connections that would really attract a senior researcher like our listener.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Perth's isolation has actually fostered this incredible collaborative spirit. For instance, UWA's Marine Science Department, given its location, obviously, they're leading this multi-million-dollar project on coral reef resilience
Wow.
in collaboration with institutions in the Pacific.
That's huge.
It's attracting international attention funding.
That's amazing.
That kind of cross-institutional collaboration
Yeah.
is actually really common in Perth.
I see.
It makes sense,
Yeah.
leverage each other's strengths and resources to tackle these big challenges.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
That's a really diverse research landscape.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, I know a move across the world
Sure.
isn't just about the university.
Of course not.
You mentioned in your notes that you wanted to understand what life in Perth was actually like for
Right.
you and your family.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that side of things?
Yeah. So Perth is this fascinating blend.
Okay.
You've got the natural beauty, pristine beaches, Mediterranean climate, perfect for outdoor living.
Sounds nice.
It's laid back, safe, family friendly, a real change of pace if you're coming from like a bustling city.
I bet.
But there are adjustments, of course. Perth is pretty far from other major Australian cities, which can be a plus in terms of tranquility, but a challenge if you need to travel frequently for, conferences or collaborations.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Something to think about.
So it sounds idyllic, but
Yeah.
I imagine that distance could be a factor for some people.
Right.
What about cultural life and things to do outside of work?
Yeah, so don't let that relaxed vibe fool you.
Okay.
Perth has this really thriving arts and culture scene,
Uh-huh.
a diverse culinary scene, reflecting its multicultural population, festivals galore.
Wow.
For families, Kings Park is an absolute must-visit.
Okay.
It's one of the largest inner-city parks in the entire world.
That's amazing.
And the education system is excellent with a really good mix of public and private schools.
So as you start to picture yourself in Perth,
Yeah.
there's a resource that could help you take things to the next level.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Academicjobs.com.
Okay. Yeah.
You specifically mentioned university jobs in Perth. And this website is the place to find them.
Perfect.
You can filter by your research area, by university, even by specific departments.
Wow.
Really get a feel for all the different opportunities that are out there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to add,
Yeah.
it's not just Perth either.
Right.
Academicjobs.com has listings from universities all across Australia and globally.
That's right.
So as you explore, you might discover, other really exciting possibilities that align with your interests and your expertise.
Absolutely.
It's about keeping those options open.
So much to think about.
I know, right?
We've covered a lot of ground,
We have.
but remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
For sure.
What stands out to you most from what we've discussed today?
That's a good question.
What really resonates with your vision for your career and your family's future in Perth?
Yeah,
Keep those questions in mind as you delve a little deeper into your research.
absolutely.
And when you're ready to start looking at specific university jobs in Perth and all of Australia, remember, academicjobs.com lists university jobs from the top universities all around the entire world,
That's a great resource.
making it the perfect place to start your search.
Can't go wrong.
Happy exploring.
Have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us.
of course.